shows that Selmer accepts the money from Raymer and accepts the money from the county.
Okay, all right.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion from Norris and second by J.T. Hawkins. Ms. Ann?
Tony Austin,
Yes.
Tom Phillips,
Yes.
J.P. Hawkins,
Yes.
Johnny Norris,
Yes.
Willie Sutton.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, the next up is the motion to promote Chris Grisham to fill the vacancy of Richard Ash to be our new utility director. Everything was discussed last night. Do I hear
I'll make a motion.
Okay, motion.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Sane and second by Alderman Austin. Okay, all right. Any questions or discussion about that? Okay, all right.
Tony Austin,
Yes.
John Phillips,
Yes.
J.P. Hawkins,
Yes.
Johnny Norris,
Yes.
Willie Sutton.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Congratulations. Okay. Next up is something that I had to throw in. I'm sorry about that, but it's a TDOT debt that we owe. It's been around since, well, actually 2008, 2015, 2016, so I have a whole file here. We've got to pay this debt. It's very important. I'm going to let Angie come to the podium to help explain it. Mr. Representative Ron Gant was going to come, and he was going to be here to explain it. So I thought we had more time, so I didn't get to bring it to the table with you gentlemen last night. But after we got a letter yesterday basically saying that if we don't pay this, then it's going to be where City of Selmer will not get any funding. So it's very important to our city to pay this. So I just kind of picked up when I got here as mayor, so I read through it all, and it seems like it's very important for us to pay this debt, and I'm going to let Angie talk a little bit about this.
Well, what happened was back in 2005 when they 4-lane 64. I mean, this is what this is pending from. There was the city's portion or the utilities portion of the program was it was the betterment. We could during that construction. We could increase our water line from 4-inch to 10-inch or 8-inch or whatever it was. We took the opportunity while they had everything tore up anyway to make our water system better. At the time, we paid the contract as was billed. But a few years after that, they came in and basically said, well, it was figured wrong and you owe 300 whatever thousand. That's a bunch of money. And Richard fought with them for years, arguing with them, and throughout the years, he would, they would send us an invoice. He would argue with them. It would get stuck in a pile somewhere in TDOT, whatever. And anyway, this has been going on for many, many, many years. And we have negotiated and negotiated, and they finally just said, "That's it, we're done." So here's where we are now, and so the amount is about $375,000 that we're going to have to pay. Terry Abernathy was trying to negotiate it down, and they were not going to play. They're done, and that's basically what they let her know is that. That's it. We're through talking. Pay it, or we're not going to do anything else with you. So they do allow for us to have a payment plan, and so I think it's over a 3-year period. So we'll be able to, we can pay a third for the next 3 years. So it won't be too bad. But I mean, it's no fun. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to the point where they're not gonna talk anymore. So we will, with your permission, get this taken care of and off their plate of things to fuss about.
What funds is that going to come out of when we pay that?
Utility, water.
Good question. Yes, utility. It is a utility debt, so it will come out of there.
I'll make a motion that we pay it.
Yeah, please do.
Motion by Alderman Sane, Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Hawkins.
I know Mr. Abernathy's tried to get a hold of these people and talk to them, and I don't feel comfortable voting for this until he's had a chance to look at it. I know at one time I thought we had it negotiated down less than that amount.
We had sent them an offer for 60. that they
60,000.
refused to respond to. And
What?
that's the last.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't feel comfortable with it until he's looked at it, and because he has sent emails to these people.
Well, it was up to 750,000, and when I went to Nashville on July the
Yes, and-
6th, it was
And he asked to
374,591.
conference in that day because he couldn't go and nobody conferenced him in.
No, that's not true, Alderman
Okay, so the email's
Finlayson.
a lie.
And I've got all the emails right here that what I
Okay.
have. We were not going to really drag anybody up, correct? We were just trying to settle this so that we could, you
I
know.
don't think the state's gonna.
Yes, they're not. I mean, you can.
I don't want to pay it any more than you do.
No.
And I mean, I don't want it to be a situation where the state withholds.
Well, we're not going to get any funding. This is how important it is. Okay, the 3rd Street sidewalk is not even going to happen because of this right here. So, do you want to keep
I'm just
holding
saying,
on
we've got
from
a city
2015?
attorney for a purpose to look through this, and I don't think he's had a chance to read any of this.
Well, I've got plenty of emails right here that says he's
But-
had plenty of chance.
Well, you can do it, call the roll if you want to.
So it was 700 and something thousand?
It was $1 million and something. They basically sued us for $1 million worth of, or not really, I guess it
I don't
is
think
suing,
it's sued.
for
I
$1 million
think it's sued.
because we went from like a 4-inch to a 10-inch water line. So it don't take a different size backhoe bucket to dig a 4-inch line than it does a 6. They don't switch. So what they did,
I 100% agree that it's wrong, and I disagree with it. But the only thing that I know is that we've gotten to the point where they hold the purse strings and we don't have a choice. I completely disagree with the fact that we owe it. I totally agree that we shouldn't have to pay it, but I don't know that we have a choice.
The thing is, yesterday I got the call, and today we've got the letter saying they've stopped that, and that's not going to stop. We're going to go ahead and get another stop of funding, and it's just going to be a popcorn effect. But now, when the public asks why things are not happening, then you know why it's not happening. So,
But we do owe this.
yes, we owe this. You've
According
owed
to the
it.
state,
We
for
do.
quote betterment.
According to Richard Ashe, absolutely not. That's probably not the words he would use, but absolutely not.
It didn't take no more labor, no more materials to put it in.
There
Put
was
the
a
bigger
lot
line.
of contention that, and again, this is why he fought it for years. He and they really could never bring proof that he was wrong. But again, this has been going on since 2005, and it is what it is. I
Did we
don't.
sign anything?
Yes, there's a binding contract. Yes, there is.
They changed the calculations. They changed. I say they changed their calculus because we paid the bills that were due at that time. We did. I mean, but then a few years later, they came back and said, "Well, we've recalculated things," and they used different calculations. And that's why Richard disagreed with them, because, you know, we did this. We paid you what you asked us to, and then they changed their numbers. I don't know why they changed their numbers. And I've really never gotten a true explanation. But at this point, they don't care. They're just fixing to, they're withholding funds.
I mean, I just feel like the blessing of the city attorney. I mean, I'm fine making a motion to table it to next meeting and let Terry look at it and make sure it's all good.
Jerry's had 7 years. What's he done?
And not only that, yes, he's had a little bit of time, and
It's funny how some emails that Terry's trying to get from people, they don't call them back from
It's funny how Terry
Nashville.
calls Nashville every time
Okay.
he comes down here too.
well, I
Do we need
Okay,
to pay
guys, do you wanna
Angie?
table it?
Funding out?
Okay, guys, do you want to table it?
I
Because I'm going to let y'all do the call, because I totally disagree. I think we should pay the debt. If it's been from 2005, you've had 2005,
Motion to
2000.
Let's
So
go.
that's
Got a
just,
Motion in a second. Call the roll.
okay. We got a motion and a second. Ms. Ann, call the roll.
John Austin,
Yes.
John Phillips,
Yes.
Tracy Holmes,
Yes.
Johnny Norman,
Yes.
Willie Sutton,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, I got a couple things to talk about.
Okay,
Did
well,
you, the Red Flex, was it sent to Red Flex
no,
last month?
it sure
Why-
didn't.
Why was that not
And I don't
sent?
think we need to talk about it. It's not on the agenda. I didn't put it on the agenda,
It-
so it's
this
not
stuff
going to be
needs
talked
talked
about.
about.
Nope.
What about the river basin? I didn't get any information on
You
that.
sure didn't, because you didn't come get it. And another thing, I took care of that,
You can ask them. I
2,600.
came back. You can't just sign checks. You can't do that. This is for purchase orders.
I
for the
can
town of
do,
Selmer.
I
No,
can,
you cannot.
I can too. I can join the.
It also
River
says right
Basin.
here that you've got to execute all contracts authorized by the board.
I
And
can-
that was the one with Red Flex. That's 180,000. Where are you gonna get that revenue from?
You know
tell me.
what, John Finlayson, if you wouldn't go behind my back, then things would have been a whole lot better. Have
Somebody's
you
got to
reached
watch
out to
out for
Hope
the people
Ball?
of the town. Yes,
Oh,
I have.
I do
checked
watch
with
out for
her,
the people of the
and
town.
she-
The town was down here when that
I-
guy presented that, and that's
And
what
that-
he presented. You went around the back.
I also want to know why we spent $5,000 on a website and it doesn't have the Parks and Rec on there, nor does it have any minutes more than a year from now.
It's getting reconstructed.
Well, how long is that going to take? Because of Parks and Rec, you
Oh,
need
we
to have
have
that
to
on
make
there
sure
with
we
that.
get that on there, don't we, John Finlayson, with you? And it's
We're
on,
absolute.
it is definitely on there, going to be on there. And Mr. Gilmore and also with Mark O'Mell, we are getting that done. That has not purposely been left off.
So you after we tabled the river basin, you went ahead and just wrote the check for it.
I sure did.
That's not a purchase.
It is not a purchase. It's actually joining a West Tennessee River Basin that's going to help us with our flooding issue. And it's
They
gonna-
already help us through the county.
They do help us with the county, but we've also got some stuff that's inside the city.
While we're doing this, I also want to address the hostile work environment and harassment that you created for the Parks and Rec Department.
Okay?
You might as
I
well get
don't-
ready, I mean, because we're going to end up in a lawsuit, the town is, over that.
I don't create a hostile work environment for asking
You don't
somebody to do
email
their
people
job.
and tell them, I ordered you to do this. You don't give them a list mile long.
I give everybody a list of mile long. I give Jim a list of mile long. I give Ray a list of mile long. I do everybody that way.
So you go and, okay, fine, that's what you do.
That's
just
how I do
speaking
it,
for the
because
town
I'm
that we
expecting
brought
them
this
to do
up.
their job.
We have brought this up, and I
Okay.
just want to be on record.
That is fine with me. You can do whatever you need to do and speak of it however you want. I'm just saying, I always ask department heads, I give them direction, and that is what in the charter I can do.
Have you had a department head meeting yet?
I've not had a
Yes.
department head meeting yet.
And that, okay.
Anything else?
No, because I mean, it doesn't matter.
Nope. Are you done?
I sure am.
Oh, good. I'm glad you are. All righty. Any further questions or anything from the audience? Okay.
Yes, I'd like to say something.
Okay.
You know, the whole time we've been coming down here, it's been, everybody say, let's work together. It ain't no togetherness. We got people running around promising this, hey, promising that. I'm going to get rid of this and get rid of that one. Everybody get up here and tell a good story. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. This place is a hostile environment. I have witnessed a lot of hostile environment. It's not just by one person. It's by a lot of us. I've even come in here and spoke some stuff myself that maybe I should have toned down. But we need to quit inciting diversity in this community. If y'all gonna lead, get up here and lead by example. If we can't come in here and y'all just be hostile toward each other, and then it's trending on. We got our little cheerleading crowds that we saying, yeah, cheer or whatever. We got to get away from that. You keep sitting up here talking about we want to better this community. You can't do it if you keep on with all the bitterness and hatred that y'all are spewing out. And that's what exactly it is. We got to learn to work together. Not pointing fingers at you, but you are the leader.
I am.
Let's communicate. Let's put ourselves aside and do what's best for everybody. Everybody has their opinion. A lot of people don't even know the whole story of what's going on.
That's exactly right. They don't know
What
the
they
whole
hear
story.
is, hey, this and did that, this and did that. We need to quit spewing out the private business, that our feelings. We need to get on board. We need to quit acting like sheep. Sheep, if the first one jump off the cliff, guess what? The rest of them going to jump off.
Thank you.
We need to all use some common sense. And it is. It's time for a break. Work together. That's all I'm saying. If y'all want to preach this, people in the crowd, hostile, you bring your outside feelings in here. People have jobs. If you're targeting somebody, that is hostile. Then, if you invite me to your church, what do you think I'm going to do? If you bringing this outside of here, you ain't taking a vacation on Sunday. Because you're putting your religion on a Sunday. You older people, y'all ought to be setting an example for us. A lot of y'all I known most of my life. And then we come up here and act like hoodlums, but we come in here, pray, yes, go to church, yes ma'am, and all that. Then you come in here and treat each other like dirt. Y'all ought to be leading the way. Leave this bitterness at home.
I like to say, all the mayors that's been coming through here, there's been disagreements. There's been some things some like, some things other people didn't like. What is the problem now? Yep, we got a new lady that's a mayor. Not a people, for the people. So what is the problem? You know what it is? You say you're going to work together like she said. Why ain't we doing it? If it's something she is doing wrong, she agreed that she would listen to people. She agreed to that. We agreed to listen to her. So what is the problem?
Well, I know that whenever I give direction to all the department heads, I don't get any pushback from any department head but Park and Rec. I'm just going to be honest with you. So whenever I give her notes, it's mostly usually not happening. So I always have to send street and sanitation or somebody else out to fulfill that direction. And I also, yes, I have problems with, I'll talk with Jim over and over about, Jim, I want you to go out and make sure that you clean up those areas and you go check those yards. And I mean, I'm an involved mayor. I don't know what's wrong with that, but that's how I was taught to be an involved mayor. I want to be not just one that sits in the office or just shakes hand. I want to be an involved mayor. I don't think that's anything wrong with that. Is that not what you elected me to do? So I want to clean up the town and make it look nice, and that biggest area is Park and Rec. So, the thing is, I've asked, guys, give you packets and information, give me some feedback in a discussion. You just sit there in work sessions, and it's like I have to pull out the information. I'm not, this three-headed person over here. I'm just a person. I'm trying to make the city of Selmer better. That's exactly what I want to do. So whenever I give direction, Miss Carolyn, I expect it to be done. Just like you go to a job. You work at Caterpillar, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, when you go there and you get direction, they give you that. You usually do it.
And on my job,
Mm-hmm.
we have it's analyzed on what so many manpower hours
Yes.
do. If you got two maintenance men working up there, there is no way they can use these push mowers, weed eaters to cut all this. When
They
she
don't.
was gone, you had the street and sanitation, you had all of them up there cutting grass. Soon as she come back,
No, that is not true. I had them go up to the North Park, Miss Carolyn, to clean up. No, I'm just going to say this, and then I had them go up to North Park because we had to clean it up. It was so high, it looked terrible. And I believe they joined her and her team this last time to help her clean it up as well this last time. And they did it as a team effort.
and that's what we need we
Mm-hmm.
need that because two people to do everything that Parks and Rec do, there's no way they can get all that done.
And we have another guy that's came aboard, will be also joining the maintenance, so we'll have 3.
So they'll need some cut out that grass. They actually need some big equipment. Some of that stuff you can put a little tractor with the blade.
We're working on that, we're working on that.
But when you give people a big task, you giving them shovels and asking them to do what a dump truck ought to be doing.
No, ma'am, that's not true.
Well,
Okay,
So you
so,
expect them, the department heads, to do what you say, yet you ignore the board when we tabled the river basin thing. We said no to the website. You go behind our back and put it on there.
hey,
And
don't
it's
talk about
worse.
going behind somebody's back here, buddy,
And
because you go behind my back all the time. You want to
You
talk
wanna
about
cost the
Hope
city
Ball?
$180,000?
No,
You was.
I was, or I have?
You was.
You are right now.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
don't
Yep.
sign the red flags.
Well, the red flags. Well, now I have to say, the Red Flex does bring in a lot of revenue. Now, I did not deny that at all. I did say that you didn't have no right to
All
go
you had to do
behind.
is pick a phone up and call. It had to be done by that meeting.
Pick a phone up and call what? You picked the
Hope.
phone up and called Hope Ball.
Sure did. Sure did.
Yeah, when you should not go
Because I
around
was
the back.
elected to look out for the citizens of Selmer, and also means the taxpayer money
So
also.
you want to talk about division and talk about us not working together, John Finlayson?
You
So
heard.
you don't go behind my back. Why couldn't you just pick up the phone or send an email and say, this is Hope Ball. Would you please get in touch with Hope Ball, Mayor?
Well, we've sent you some stuff, and you don't always call, Sherry.
Always call where? To Hope Ball? I didn't even know she existed.
No,
This guy right
ADA?
here? This
No.
guy right here that we talked to, David Mass, that came to the meeting? I've talked to him today.
Well, good. Then if you talk to him, then that's good.
Okay. Anything else?
No. I'm going to continue to look out for the taxpayer money.
What did you say today when you talked to him?
I told him we would revisit everything, and I asked him to come talk to me, and then actually Miss Hope Ball had got in trouble over you going behind my back.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
So the thing is, okay, if you want to talk about a hostile, this right here is not necessary. And I'm not saying that, the revenue is not good for the city of
Well,
Selmer.
where are we going to get 180? It needed to be done, and it was taken care of.
All I'm asking is from now on, I just don't like going behind my back. You want me to come out of good
I
faith.
have a question.
Yes, go ahead. No, go
So,
ahead.
The only reason you didn't sign that and send it is because John went behind your back? Or is that the only reason?
No, the other reason was that we
Listen.
talked about one thing in the meeting at the work session. Then he brought it up a different way in
So
the
why-
city
why have we
meeting.
not talked about that since then if you weren't going to do it and it was different? Why did it not come back up last night?
Because I hadn't talked to this Mr. Mass until
assumed
today.
I just assumed that it was already done.
No, it's not already done, but it's not
Okay.
over. So there you go. You can have your money back. We're still negotiating and talking. But the thing is, I'm talking to the mass man. Whenever he was here, I didn't know Hope Ball was in the picture. So Mr. Alderman Finlayson went behind my back and
Okay.
talked to Hope
So is
Ball.
that going to be on the agenda next month?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. Just making sure that we're
No, it's
moving
good.
forward.
Yes, we are moving forward.
The way I was always told, the mayor runs the city, and we work with her to make sure it runs right.
Well, I have to sign
Her
the
name
contract.
is The mayor, we the alderman, we supposed to do and help her, and let's help her.
Yes, and I need lots of help a
And you
lot of
listen
times
to
with
us
y'all.
and let
I
us
do
help
need
you,
y'all's
and
help.
we'll help each other.
Yes,
Ain't that the way
please.
it's supposed to work? Have
think
y'all
so.
done that in the past?
We gotta
And
move
all I
forward.
ask is the same respect. That's all I'm asking is for the same respect. I'm sure you would have picked up the phone and called the previous mayor and said, hey, let me tell you about Hope Ball and what this is and all this. Would you have done that?
You know, I tried to help you when you first got in. I sent you some stuff, and you never said, thanks, kiss my butt, nothing. But you was using it the next meeting.
I
saw
sure
that.
did use it. Well,
Mhm,
thank
you
you,
still
John
use it,
Finlayson.
yeah.
I'll tell you thank you right now.
That's fine.
And that's what I said, but J.T. Hawkins helped me too. Whenever I came in and I asked him some stuff, he helped me as well. And I asked just a few minutes ago, before we started, did I not ask you a question to ask what your advice was? So if I was such a bad person, I wouldn't be asking y'all for advice, but I do need your help.
Excuse me,
Yes, Mr. O'Neill, thank you.
sounding like a bunch of little...
Oh, I know. You're exactly right.
About 2 meetings ago, I stood right over there and talked about us working together. I want to ask again, the Alderman, how many of y'all been in the mayor's office? Picked up the phone and called and said, Sherry, I want to come visit with you. And I'd like to us sit down and see what we can do for this city. How many of y'all done that? Raise your hand. One.
Two.
J.T. Hawkins has.
Actually was in
Since
our
I've been
office. I have been.
Pardon?
I have been in there.
How many times, John?
One probably.
She's been a mayor how many weeks?
That's about the same as department head
This is
meetings,
what
right,
I'm talking
Todd?
about. See, now, you and I are getting into it.
For those department head meetings.
Y'all ought to pick up the phone every week and call, say, what's going on, Mayor?
I can't communicate till,
And the mayor ought to pick up the phone and call y'all. But the mayor's not gonna wanna call y'all if y'all don't call her.
well, if I can call them, I'll be glad to call them. I didn't think I could call them.
You don't wanna work with her. And we hired all of y'all to work with each other. And I hope, if y'all can't start doing that, to come next election, we fire every one of you. That's what I hope. But we need somebody to work for us, the city. I'm sorry. This goes on week after week, bickering and backering, and you did this, and behind my back, whatever. Well, if you're talking on the phone and you're going to each other's office, it's not behind anybody's back. That makes sense? And that's what we like. That's the only thing we like. Please, we pray that y'all start working with each other. Let's make this city the best little city in the West Tennessee.
Please,
But not the
please.
whole city, state of Tennessee. But we're not gonna make it like we're doing what we're doing now, are we? We're just not gonna make it. So y'all please,
Thank you.
start working with each other.
Well, Mr. O'Neill, when I went to her office several times, I was called out as sucking up, trying to go with her, and everything above. Just keep it
I
real.
thought about a bunch of little children.
Yes. So I was called that, and so I said, hey, I'm going to cut back and not do it. But if I see something wrong, I'm going to it. I ain't going to worry about what everybody else say, because I'm trying to do what's right. If it ain't right, I ain't going to do it.
And please come to me. Yes, come to me.
And
Yes.
I haven't been to her office, but
We've
we
talked.
talked at ball games and
That's
other.
good, that's good.
Just asking for advice.
So, in this case, we all need to make ourselves approachable. If I don't feel welcome, I haven't been to that office either. Plus, these servers who have, but all I'm saying is, I'm not trying to be funny, but
Right.
we need to, me at work, as a leader, I have to make myself approachable. If something's wrong, I'm overseeing it. I gotta call my people and say, hey, this is that, and they gotta communicate with me.
My door is always open. You can come to the office. I'm probably at that office more than probably any mayor that's ever been in that office. I promise you that. So you can always come and knock on. If I can't, ask Kim and Miss Ann, and they'll say, she's in there. She'll get to you in just a minute. Or if I can't, I'll call you right back. That's the way I've done.
And don't go to her office with your finger in the air and pointing at her, telling her this and that. You need to get your finger down.
Yeah, I'm just on the same team with y'all.
I was raised better to go and point. It's just like you were pointing in John's face and everything.
I wasn't pointing in John's
Yeah,
face.
number one, I was raised with a little more respect.
I
You
was
know,
too.
If we come in here to these meetings and then after the meetings, y'all go out there and gossip about each other to everybody, and then you want us to be on one page, y'all gotta get on one page. So keep your finger down up there too.
I had my finger up and they just point out the
Yes, go,
situation
JT.
there.
Well, like I said.
And you've been out there talking before too, so
Okay,
let's
okay,
keep it
okay.
going.
Yeah,
Order, JT. You
Here's
have
the fact
floor.
of the matter. It cannot be personal.
Yes, it can't be personal.
Mayor, you're as guilty of making it personal as anybody else is.
Okay.
Parks and Rec Director, she's made it personal. Mr. Philson's made it personal. I've made it personal.
Oh.
But you can't let your personal feelings affect your official decisions.
Okay.
Our job is to vote and set policy. Your job is to run the day-to-day operation. I think we're pretty clear on that.
Yes.
Now, the discussion that we had just a few minutes ago about the river basin
Yes.
and about the red flags. I voted no on the red flags. I don't care.
I didn't
But-
ask you why either.
But the fact of the matter is, it was voted through, and you purposely did not follow through. Now, I mean, you can talk about the technicalities or which or whatever there, but it's your obligation to follow the wishes of the board, and it's the board's obligation to follow the wishes of the people. And, you know I try my best to do that, and I feel like the rest of the aldermen try their best to fulfill the wishes of their constituents. Now, that may not necessarily be represented by the people that are sitting at the room at any given time, but as the people as a whole. So, irregardless of what's been said, what's going to be said, whatever anybody said, all of our obligation here is to those people.
Amen. That's it.
And, you can bicker with Mr. Fennelson, Mr. Fennelson can bicker with you,
I hate it.
and we can all go out there and wrestle around in the parking lot. I don't care. But at the end of the day,
I don't feel like doing
we've
it.
got to make the most sound decisions that we can make for the city of Selmer.
Thank you.
And you can't let your personal feelings towards whoever brought the topic up sway how you feel about the topic.
Okay.
Kind of don't shoot the messenger kind of deal there, And I'm done. That's all I'm going to say, but I hope that you all got the point.
We did. Thank you, JJ. Thank you very much.
I got one other thing. Nothing, man.
Oh, well.
We would like to, the city would like to give the condolences to Richard Ash and his family and all the years he put in here at the utility department and with every other department here
That's
in
great.
Selmer. And also condolences to Danny Roberts Jr.'s family, because he put a lot into the Little League, the Pee Wee
yes.
football.
That's a
He
good
poured a
job.
ton
Good
of
job.
time into that. He was
Good.
actually my Little League coach that I was taller than on the team. So, but
Yeah, and I had.
he's put many years in the Parks and Rec sports organizations. So
That is very
just
good.
want that noted.
Good.
So before we close out tonight, we're gonna change. We're gonna pray about
Move
it.
forward.
We're gonna move forward, not backwards. Or we gonna go right out the door and do the same thing next meeting?
Oh, please.
Let's try, okay?
Let's try very hard.
Let's try.
Okay, I got to hear that. So, all right. Meeting. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Beer board.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we have to adjourn this one first. Oh, okay. Okay, adjourn this meeting. Now we're opening up for the beer board meeting. Angie, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to call the beer board meeting to order, so Chief Holly will tell us about that. Nobody wants to hear about that.
We have an application for Migos Bar and Grill at 275 Mulberry in the name of Lindsay Franks. I've done a background check on Lindsay Franks, and I see no reason that we should not give Miss Lindsay Franks a beer license at Migos Bar and Grill LLC at 275 Mulberry Avenue.
I make a motion, we do.
I'll second.
All right. Motion by Sane and second by Austin. Miss Ann.
Yes. Yes.
J.T. Hawkins.
Yes.
Johnny Norris.
Yes.
His son.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, meeting is adjourned on the beer.
Hey, Johnny. I'll drink more now. I don't even drink.
I don't. What? Well, I know some. Oh, he's done gone. He don't drink. Some people call me an alcoholic, but
You're a casual.